right.
All right.
All right. Hi, we're Isa and Yella from Slow Crash, and we're here to answer your questions.
Okay, so you sent us a big list. Thank you for all the interest. This is similar to the stuff we've done in 21, I think, during the pandemic. So yeah, okay, we grouped the questions a little bit. Yeah, it's still gonna be a mess. So yeah, first one.
The first one on the list is how did we all meet? And some band history might be interesting. So it's not really an exciting story. I think the majority of us met at school or through school. So we go back really long time. We've all been friends for a long time, and other members we've met through hardcore and punk bands, just through the scene, and got together because we all had the same interests and wanted to do something different other than hardcore and punk, and formed this band.
Well, it's still almost a punk band, I guess.
Yeah.
It's still punk, but slightly different. So, yeah, I guess, like, Steve was the first drummer. I mean, I went with him to school. And then Jan Juk was our first guitar player. And then came, after a while, after the first few tours, Steve was fed up with touring because it was so busy with his private life and everything. So Freddie came in, and since 2019, he's like, yeah, he's our fixed drummer. He's actually Slow Crush. Like, without him, there wouldn't be, like, we wouldn't be the band that we are today. He's the glue that keeps everything tight. So Freddie, it's basically Freddie on drums, then like Isa and I doing most of the songwriting as well. And we have Nick, who recently joined us, who replaced Jerry, who like fall in love, and there were some struggles along the road. You know, like being in an active touring band is like it's like a people's business or whatever. I don't know if that's the right thing to say. It's not really a business, but like, you know, so many characters need to match, and it's not always super easy. So yeah, we have like Nick, who has been a long-time friend as well, joining us on guitar. So yeah, it's just him and me doing all of the guitar parts. Yeah, I don't know, like, is there anything else to say?
I guess thanks for anyone who has ever played in Slow Crush.
There's maybe
put up with us.
There's been so many, like
years.
Maxime, who helped us out on drums. I'm probably gonna forget a few. Roy, who filled in on the first tours on guitar. Jerry on guitar, Jan on guitar. They've always been amazing, and yeah.
And Greg on guitar on the last US.
Yeah, Greg, of course. Yeah, filling in on guitar from Shiloh. So, but yeah, right now, I mean, it feels really solid the way it is right now, and I think we're the tightest we've ever been. So if you ever want to come and check us out live, I think the next couple of years is the time to do it. So yeah, how did we agree upon the band name Slow Crush? I think Steven, our drummer, came up with it. I'm not sure where from. Yeah. We always make a Star Wars reference.
Yeah, I like to link it back to the trash compactor scene in Star Wars. So we'll just say that that's the story. Even though Steve hated Star Wars. So sorry, Steve. But that's the story we're going with.
Yeah, so we answered that. 5 songs, top 5 songs to perform. I think it's like, for me, it's the easiest songs to perform live. The easiest songs to play that I like playing live the most. Because there's certain songs that's like a struggle. I don't know what it is for you, Isa. I guess there's kind of similar for everyone in the band.
Yeah, I think, of course, they're all fun to play, and the fun ones are the ones obviously that the crowd enjoy as well. So Glow is always a fun one to play for me personally.
Because that's the end of the set most of the time. So we
We
can
just
go
want
and
to eat.
we just can go and eat or have some beers or whatever.
Yeah, Hush is always fun to play because it's just kind of a consolidation of everything that encapsulates Slow Crush. I feel.
Yeah. Hush is like, I don't know, it's so hard hitting as well and dark, melodic. I don't know, it's we really like to play that live, and maybe Tremble as well, because it's like slower and it really, you can really, play it tighter than the other stuff. I don't know if that's the right thing to say.
I like playing Drift as well.
Drift, yeah. So Drift, Tremble, Hush, Glow.
How many have we got now?
Yeah.
Just one more.
What else? Aid and Abet or Gloom is really cool to play live as well. It's slower, but it can get really big and really, really mystical. Is that the right word? Mystical, is that a word?
And Rev is also a
Rev
nice
as well.
one.
Yeah, Rev is super nice to play as well live.
I feel that is something that emotionally attaches itself to people in the crowd as well. And it's not only because our lights are constantly shining in their eyes like the sun is shining in mine right now. But no, I think I like that one. We've gone over 5.
Yeah.
Do we have to say the songs we don't like playing?
No. Okay. Are there songs that we don't like playing live? I don't know. Favorite song to open when supporting headlining? I think lately we're opening with Aid and Abet because it's like, I don't know, we do some type of intro before it and then it really...
It's kind of a hard hitting...
Yeah, it comes in straight away and, it's really like... I don't know, if the sound guy isn't ready, he'll be ready, because it's like bam, bam, bam. And one time when we played Colombia, the low end of the PA system wasn't tuned in right yet during the first song because we had to rush. And you could really see, like, all the videos that people made of that song, you could really see, like, everything vibrate super hard. I guess he almost broke the subs or something. Okay, cool. What's your main recording instruments and which ones do you like playing live the most? Do you name your guitars and basses? I'm gonna say no, I don't have any names for my guitars. And I record on different guitars the whole time. So
yeah, and I guess we can show some of them later. But I have named a few of my basses. One of them is called Pamela, because that was the first Ramelow guitar that I got, and his beautiful signature is on the headstock. And somebody misread it as Pamela once, so she has since then been named Pamela. I had a short scale bass that I called Tyrion. And I think that's as far as the naming has gone. So there you go.
Okay, cool. What else do we have? Okay, a lot of questions about pedals and gear, which will be answered in the videos. Could you post a picture of your live pedal boards? Okay, you will see plenty of footage about it. Okay, this is an interesting one as well. Is it rough when you get to a gig and the sound sucks? How do you deal with that? It's actually a really good question, because one of the last shows we played, we arrived and the PA like really sucked. I mean, I don't mind. I like playing punk and rowdy shows, but when you play like it was a festival, and when you play festival, I mean, and if you want to do something decently, with all the stuff that we got going on. You need a good PA. So, I mean, you struggle yourself through it. Like on that one show, there was a lot of feedback that our sound guy couldn't help because, I mean, in order to hear something, he needed to turn it up. And then everything started feedbacking through my pickups and stuff. You know, it wasn't powerful enough. You had to push it the whole time. And then I had to turn even like one of the speakers, I had to turn it away in order for it to work decently during the set. So it can be like really frustrating when the equipment, the PA isn't right. But I mean, as far as I'm concerned, every show, even if the sound is crap for us or not, I always try to get the most out of it and completely go for it.
At the end of the day, probably half of the people it's just another live show.
Just another live show.
Quote of the year by Yellow Dawn Swans. But at the end of the day, I think what we may perceive as sucking may not be picked up by half of the people in the audience. And I think in general, it's easy to be hard on ourselves. So what we do is we just try to kind of make the best out of what we can control, and everything that's out of our control, there's nothing we can do, so we just try to have a good time regardless. Yeah,
and we got some people helping us out, so even if it really sucks, and if it's powerful enough, and if the PA system is powerful enough, we have a sound guy, a crew that is like tuning the PA system or whatever they need to do with it. So yeah, that really helps. So which one now? Okay, this is some gear questions that we answer in the video. Do we use vocal effects live? I think we use. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on with the vocals because it's like super hard to make it sound good. You know, like really quiet vocals that need to have a place in this really loud music. So we have like 4 different vocal channels, like where like there's like a dry vocal channel that sound guy does his thing with. Then there's like a vocal channel with certain effects on it. There's another wet vocal channel running through an interface with effects on it. So it's like a really big blend of everything, and every show will use whichever channel needs to be used to make it sound good. So there's a lot of stuff going on.
We have a lot of options available that our sound engineer can easily mix to make the best sound for the particular room that we're playing in. So
I mean, I think it's mainly like a sound guy question as well, because we never know how it sounds for the audience. We have a completely different mix in our in-ears. So, I mean, it's hard to answer this question. Yeah. We have a lot of stuff going on. Yeah. A lot of stuff. And then
Thank you, Lenny.
Yeah, thanks, Lenny.
And to go back to the question about what we do or how hard it is when when we find that a show sucks live in terms of sound.
It's good over the sun.
I'm completely oblivious most of the time because my in-ears just block out the outer sound mostly. So we all can individually regulate what we get in our in-ears. So generally we only hear what we need or want to hear. So I'm never a good reference to ask how it sounded at a show. Sorry.
Wait, okay. What is Jelle's shoe size? And actually that question is coming from Stefan, is the video guy, photographer of Amara. We just recently toured with them. And I don't know, I guess I was talking about my shoe size at the tour as well, because I recently found out like a year ago that I'm buying all my shoes too small. So I probably did a really stupid story. Told a really stupid story about my shoe size. So yeah, Stefan, it's I think it's a 10.5 or 11 US size. So you can get me shoes now, Stefan. Okay, cool. Are you working on new music? When do we get a teaser of new stuff? New material coming soon? Any updates on new album? Need new album from you guys ASAP.
So thank you all for the pressure. We are currently working on new music. We're fine-tuning everything for recording, and there are plans to hit the studio later this year.
Most of the stuff is written, I guess, and we're super excited about it. It's gonna be heavier. It's gonna be not darker. I think it's gonna be heavier and more uplifting, and
Sure.
yeah, heavier, more uplifting.
But also a little bit sad.
Sometimes not really sad. Like no, it's not really.
It's
sad.
just got all of the emotions in there.
Yeah, I feel that we have become the band that we need to be, or something. Like on Aurora and Hush, as much as I like those albums, and then I'm proud of what we've done there. It's like, you know, Aurora still needed to grow into something, and Hush maybe like it's a really cool record, but it's I really like it, but sometimes it gets dark as well, maybe. And now it's like as if we've grown into something. You know, it's heavy, it's hard hitting, it's still like got all the melodies, it's got all the weird guitar stuff, it's got the good vocal parts and good vocal melodies. I'm super excited about it, and yeah, I don't know. Are you excited about it?
Yeah. I think there are a lot of fun songs to play on this one.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun to play live, definitely. So I think those are gonna be our favorite songs to play live.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, there might be some bleeping here, but we've signed a record deal, and we're like, it's gonna be released on records. yeah, we just had the release date, but you didn't hear it. Sorry. So it's coming pretty soon, sooner than you think. We're gonna hit the studio soon as well. So yeah, lots of exciting things coming up, definitely.
Hang in there.
Yeah. Okay, next one. Okay, right. Pizza or brownie?
It depends what mood you're in, but
100% pizza.
Yeah, I would say pizza too.
Pizza. There's so many different pizzas with pineapple. No pineapple.
Pizza flavored brownie flavored pizza.
No. Pizza all the way.
Pizza. I think pizza is one of those food sorts that you could probably vary enough to eat every single day. Because technically it's like a sandwich. It's like an open sandwich.
Touring means pizza and noodles.
Yeah.
I mean, in the US. Yeah. The US noodles are the best. The US pizzas are the best. I'm not so sure about the other US food.
If there is one food that I could eat every day, it would be ramen.
The noodles, well, yeah, it's an Asian thing, but they do them really well in the US. Anyway, enough about the food, I guess.
Next question is, can I get a drumstick at your show in Belgian? John asks. We'll see if we can figure that out for you. Come see us at the merch after the show, and we'll fix you up with that. So the next question is, how do you rock out so hard when playing bass, and do you practice jumping around? I think I can honestly say that I do not practice jumping around, or I don't jump around when practicing. And I very rarely wear heels off stage. So I'm not quite sure how I do it. There have been times when I've fallen over. But I have
a few times, yeah.
But I have
too many times.
I have very, very sensible, comfortable, high-heeled platforms that definitely absorb some of the shock. And yeah, I just try to make it work as best possible. So thanks for the question, Dagger Roses.
Yeah, I think we all just move around a lot. We even got criticized for it once, which was funny. You shouldn't move around so much. It's not shoegaze or whatever. But we just move a lot, and I guess it's just how we feel.
We move how the music takes us.
Yeah. So the next questions are about touring. So people are asking China tour. When will you come to Philly? Any East Coast shows? South America tour? Sao Paulo, Brazil, Scandinavia. Will you be playing more UK dates? Come back to LA, France.
The answer to
Lisbon.
all of those is
yes. Yes. And now Hawaii. Somebody asked Hawaii. That would be so cool, but I think that's gonna be hard. No idea if you can ever play a show there.
Reach out to our bookers.
Yeah, that would be so cool, Hawaii.
We'll try to make it work.
Contact our bookers or whatever. But I mean, we really want to go to South America and do a decent tour there for once, because we played our first festival there last November, and it was just mind-blowing. It's like, I mean, we haven't experienced anything similar.
We were just really excited to be invited to play over there, and to have the chance to have that experience. And the crowd were very welcoming and so enthusiastic. It was amazing. Yeah,
we really wanna diversify or whatever, you know. Oké.
Even pauze?
Waarom aan het zeggen? So all the touring, we really want to play everywhere.
Yeah, and I think...
sorry, just had to pick up my food.
So I think we
want to play everywhere.
And we will come.
Yeah, we really want to do Southeast Asia. Since, I don't know, it would be so cool to play there. Japan. I don't know, it will happen. We just don't know yet when. I guess 25 will be kind of busy. So 25, 26, who knows, but we will try to visit most of these places. Somebody asked to play Riverside, California as well. The funny thing is that actually in the last tour we did with Amara, I think we stayed in an hotel in Riverside, if I remember correctly.
Possibly.
Because we had Freddie dancing and singing. Riverside, motherfucker.
That's right.
But it wasn't in Riverside,
No,
but I
I don't think
remember
that was.
we stayed in Riverside as well.
Okay. Do we have to answer that one?
Ja, nu ja.
Where?
Maakt niet uit, kies jij maar.
Ik weet het niet.
Okay, next question. Is there a place in the world you've never visited that you want to visit the most? I think for me it would be something in Asia. I think I just love the food. That's it. Maybe Malaysia or something. Malaysia. It's definitely... Okay.
Washi does not agree. For me, I think I'd like to go to Costa Rica and see all the crazy animals over there, and just experience that.
Okay, cool. Who is the cutest member of the band and why is it Jella?
The public has spoken. I think that's enough.
Okay. Are you very tired after a tour? Not really. I think you get used to it. When we first started touring, I got really tired but I love it. I don't know. I don't really get tired. Your mind is only on one thing, and it's one of the best experiences ever, I think.
And I think at the moment we have such a great support group along with us most of the time. So it takes away a lot of the burden that we'd previously experienced in the early years, having to drive ourselves and everything like that. So thank you, crew, for being there and helping us through our mental breakdowns.
What are your favorite tattoos that you have? I don't really have a favorite tattoo. It's an ever-evolving process. Maybe Florian Santus from Paris is probably the person I like the most getting tattooed by, and one of my favorite artists as well. But I think it's an ever-evolving process.
Yeah, I really love my Johan Ingemar tattoos, and a half Danish, half Aussie tattoo artist who's currently based in Australia at the moment. But yes, we're not going to show them to you.
Okay, what gas stations has the best food / snacks on tour? I think it must be America for the they have a lot of different the variety, the options.
Yeah.
But the best food, like options and then health wise is probably UK, because their gas stations are always so diverse, I guess. I don't know, you have supermarkets over there as well, like
there's a lot of different options there, so everyone can find something that they fancy.
So UK, I would say it's I don't know, in the UK it seems like a thing where people go out on weekends just to visit a gas station. Service station, just to hang around, do some shopping or whatever. Sometimes it seems weird,
it's a family experience.
Yeah. Some of your musical inspirations and favorite new albums. I don't know, it can be anything basically. It can be techno music, it can be like Turkish psychedelic music. It can be the latest Knocked Loose album, whatever. So many, I don't know, so many things that can inspire you. So I think that's always like a hard question to answer.
It might be one today and another tomorrow.
Yeah. I noticed though that like when you play in a band and you're writing new stuff, that it becomes harder to discover new music, because you're always like trying to create something yourself. So, and that's the next question as well, right? What are you listening to right now? Like I said, it's Turkish. I was just listening to a Turkish psychedelic playlist a few hours ago. Listening to Our School Girlfriend a lot the last couple of years, I guess, even.
I'm excited to hear the new Ben or Pine album that's coming out soon. There was a listening party last night, but we couldn't attend because we were practicing, unfortunately. Sorry, guys. But we will get around to listening to that.
And favorite albums released so far in 24?
Yeah, Alcest has just released theirs.
Yeah.
So that's
the new Alcest one is really good. I still have to listen to it more. Thomas Diepdahl, which is like a guy who plays his acoustic guitar backed by
an orchestra.
Yeah, an orchestra, and it sounds really intimate and super big at the same time. Really like his new album, the Outlander one. The songs sound amazing.
The new Paul Bearer is really good, as expected. Our friends in Blanket released their album
Was
which
it
is
24?
I think,
And the new Knocked Loose, I really like it. I'm not really up to speed with all the newer hardcore bands anymore. But Knocked Loose, they got that fresh disembodied thing going on. It's really cool. And New Moon, of course, the Belgian band, shoegaze band. True shoegaze, no new gaze. So next question,
what bands are going to perform before you guys at your Belgian tour? There are a few. We don't have a fixed support for those dates. We'll be...
New Moon is gonna play.
Yeah.
I think that's in Dist. Then I think... Potamus is gonna play as well, together with Hemelbestormer. That's in Bilze, I guess.
Amsterdam?
No, that's in Storm Festival.
Storm Festival.
It's together with Predatory Void, Astodon, Wrongman, Divided. That's gonna be a really cool lineup. I think that's all. No, I think that's all I can remember.
Sure.
For now, I think still some have to be announced still. And then, are you coming to the barbecue? Yes, we are, Lisa. We're coming towards the end already. The next one isn't obvious. Do you like cats?
Do you like cats? Yes. And then, what is your favorite book? That was a hard one. We had to think long and hard about that. I think Freddie's favorite book or least favorite book or book that he's brought on every single tour so far is Post Office by...
He always brings a book. I don't know which one. And he
Charles
never,
Bukowski.
Yeah. And he never really reads it.
So I think all of us struggle with concentration span to read a book, and I have to confess that it's been a very long time since I've managed to finish one. I think my favourite book, or one that stuck with me for forever, is Eating Animals by Jonathan Safran Foer. I think that's just a really good description of, or really good insight on the meat industry and everything that goes around it from different perspectives. And we know quite a few friends who have stopped eating meat because of that. So that's mine. Yeah,
and I don't know. I used to read a lot. For me, a lot. And now I try to, but I don't know why. The one I tried to read, on tour last time was "This Is Your Brain on Music." We got it from an Airbnb we stayed at in San Diego, and I don't know. It's really cool. It's like. It explains in a scientific way,
a book that every musician should read, says
works and music works. It's,
so we'll pass it around.
But it's not my favorite book. Sorry, book. It's not my favorite book, but I don't know what my favorite book is. Okay, cool. I think we've answered most of the questions.
Yep, so stay tuned for the rig rundown.
I mean, there's a lot of things, like, for instance, your favorite album released so far in 24. If you think we really need to check something out, just post it in the comments. We will check it out. We love discovering new music, and even if people send us like a message on Instagram or whatever, hey, this is my band, you like it, we always listen to it, no exception, even though it's sometimes like just a couple of minutes or whatever, if we're short on time. But we love discovering new music. So I don't know, just give us the input. We need it and we like it. So.
And any recommendations for books that will captivate your attention from start to finish, please send them through too.
Yeah, I think we're on to the rig rundowns and gear stuff. So if you're not interested, see you next time.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. All right.
So let's talk about gear.
Disregard the dying plants.
So
live, my rig is pretty simple. I think I've managed to find something that works perfectly for our sound and is very, very compact. So I play on this dark glass microtubes. I have a limited edition because the first one we actually blew up at a show in Brighton a long time ago, and then when I sent it for repair, they sent me a limited edition instead, so grateful for that. Thank you, dark glass. And then my one and only pedal that I use is this dark glass Alpha Omega Photon. It's got everything in it. It's got, and it's upside down. It's got a DI, so a sound engineer can take directly from this and mix that into the overall mix. It's got equalizing built in. It's got a built-in tuner. So this is everything I need, absolutely everything. And then in terms of cabs, over here I've got a 2x12 inch Mesabugi, 2x10 inch, sorry, Mesabugi. Live I play on this combined with a 15 inch or only the 15 inch sometimes, just because the low end is just really blasting. And yeah, this Fender I'm just using as a rehearsal cab at the minute, sorry, rehearsal amp at the minute. Something that we picked up in the States a while back. As for basses, I mentioned earlier Pamela, so this is my very first custom-made Ramelow bass, beautiful finish, oiled finish, no lacquer, and the sustain on this bass is just amazing. So thank you, Jan, for putting this together for me.
And what strings do you play?
I play...
There they are.
Here they are. The 105 to 45 gauge Ernie balls.
Which tuning?
It varies, but mainly we play in D standard. Some songs I tune down or tune up, depending on what is needed.
And just a few strings or all strings?
For drift, I just tune one string up to the E, the lowest string up to E, but for the rest, we're playing D standard.
And for the new stuff, you're doing a lot of different things, right?
For the new stuff, it varies. So
you still have to figure it out how you're gonna do it live.
That will be something for a Q&A in a year's time or so. Let's come back to that. And then this is my other Ramelow custom bass. One of the questions on that was sent to us was, do we play on the same instruments when recording? Pamela would be my go-to recording bass. On Ease, I think I recorded that on a Nate Mendel Fender Precision bass, which unfortunately I sold, but then we bought one back because it's just a very, very solid bass, and so that is my fly-in bass from now on. So there you go, that's me.
Okay, so this is my clean sound. And this is the Glofus. So that was the sound without any boosts on. It was only the fuzz, the glow fuzz. I'm swapping guitars now. Yeah, okay. Pedalboard. It's a big mess right now, and this is one big experiment. But basically, the same thing is happening over here as when I do live. I first go into Loop Station to play some samples or loops or whatever. The harmonist to pitch shift stuff, then like into the collision devices, black hole symmetry. I use the event horizon a lot on newer stuff that we're making. So there's some reverb going on before overdrive already over here. OCD stuff. This is a new pedal we're making. This is like a prototype. Not sure this is gonna be released like this because there's so much going on. There's a germanium OCD based around it with some various boost stages. So yeah, I go through the dirt and then again into the modulation part. The phaser, flanger, some more reverb weird stuff going on over here from Old Blood Noise, Earthquaker devices, into a Dark World reverb. And then back again into some delays, other reverbs. So as you can see, there's just too much reverb going on, but it's just to make a palette for newer stuff. When we tour or when we perform live, we stick more to the basic stuff. And then it's gonna be like overdrive into modulation, into some delay, some reverb, and we end with like some tremolo. That's something really interesting that I like to do, to have some more some more textures going on at the end, sometimes a little bit of trem. And of course, like every time when we record stuff, it's either like a glow fuzz combined with a red and like another fuzz pedal or fuzz sound. There's so many different textures. We got like Jupiter effects over here. Love this one. This Dream Reaper is all over Aurora and probably is gonna be all over the new record as well. The Alpha Hunt from Old Blood Noise. I mean, so many different textures and cool mixes you can make over here, together with the glow fuzz, which is like the staple of our sound, I guess, and the OCD. Big Cheese over here. This is a really special one. Yeah, so basically when I record any rhythm parts, it's always gonna be mono, or when there's gonna be a lot of layers, different layers, always gonna be mono, sent to 2 amps. Yeah, 2 mono amps. When I record a lead, it's probably only like 1 per song or something like that. That's gonna be in stereo. Then we take the stereo out from the Big Sky or from the Slur over here from Walrus Audio. That does some really interesting stuff as well. Lots of modulation going on over there. Yeah, a ton of effects. Live, I use like the Dual Showman, always use it live. Together with like a Victory amp. This could be either the rhythm guitar or me using this Victory amp. Nick and I, we both going to custom made Wygon cap. The cap that I use got like Alnico Cream speakers and V30 speakers. We mic the Alnico Creamback speakers. They kind of tame the shrillness of a V30. I really like the sound of a V30, but it can sound really shrill live and with lots of reverb, boosting the fuzz, and the other way around, it can get really nasty. And the other cap that Nick does most of the rhythm stuff on and some lead has got like V30 and greenback speakers. I really love these caps. They're so well made and easy to record. Wygon cabinets. Look at this. Yeah, so super psyched about these caps. We've only been touring with them for a couple of months, I guess, since August. And another really great amp I recently bought is this Model T clone. It just sounds so amazing. Yeah, so these are basically the amps I'm gonna use to record new stuff as well. A bass lead, most likely combined with the Dual Showman. Yeah, I guess that's it. If you got any more questions, just ask them below the video. I'll answer them. Okay. For guitars, got a few over here. I think I'm mainly gonna be playing this one live from now on. It's a Parallel Universe from Fender. It used to be green and was like really ugly and completely dent. Yeah, so I redid it, threw some paint over it, some new pickups. Yeah, really love this guitar. It's got some wide range humbuckers, the new ones from Fender. They sound really good. Actually, like, I used to play a lot of American Vintage Reissue Fender 65 Jazzmaster pickups because they sounded so full-bodied, and I still love them. Mostly for clean parts, but for heavier parts, the wide range humbucker are my favorite. Like the Telecaster as well. Oh fuck. It's got the same pickups. I really love how they sound. I've been playing them actually for ages. This is probably the guitar that I... Oh fuck, I'm messing my guitar up as usual. This is probably the guitar that I enjoy playing live the most. I got it in the US, I think second hand. Yeah, where did I buy it again? I think San Francisco, like in February 23 when we were touring the West Coast together with Drummer Ray and Deadwells. Yeah, love it. And this is one that I recently bought, like it's a Japanese one, and sorry, but like all the Japanese instruments, they're like top notch. I mean, I haven't come across better craftsmanship than this, you know. It's like a new Jazzmaster, also with the wide range humbuckers. I changed the tremolo out because the Fender quality is kind of crap. But it has nothing to do with the craftsmanship on the rest of this guitar. So yeah, that guitar is the shit. Got a Greco over here, a cheap Japanese. Is it Japanese? I'm not sure it is. If you know, please tell me. Anyway, it's Les Paul copy. Really love it. It's old. And then I have something really special that I'm gonna start using on a couple of songs. It's like a Parallel Universe baritone guitar with some Jazzmaster pickups. That low end sounds so full. And yeah, and then the one that started it all, actually, maybe overall I still like this one the most. I don't know, played so many shows on this one. I love it. One wide range, one American vintage reissue. Yeah, so that brings me to the strings. Most of the time I play these 1052s from Ernie Ball. It's just overall the best string for me in D standard, or any tunings even below, like drop C. It's still okay as well. They last long, they're not too expensive. So yeah, it's a perfect string for me. And then as well for the lower tunings, drop B, I use either these 1262 or 1256. Yeah, so most of the songs are in D or D sharp. We're dropping now to drop C sharp, drop B even. That's super low for us, but yeah, whatever the song needs. Yeah, we I don't know, we adjust the tunings to it. We're doing some really special stuff as well. I don't even know the name for the tuning. Yeah, it's gonna be on a really special song, and there's gonna be a couple of strings just tuned in certain parts of the song. They're gonna be tuned slightly upwards. And this is another guitar, another Jazzmaster I got custom made by Elinor Guitars. It's probably the best guitar I own. But yeah, it's too... Oh, almost broke it there. Another question we received, like picks, like I play... This is actually a super important part. I think it's like underrated how much this does to your sound. Like I play like a really thin picks, and the reason why I do so is because it allows me to play really dynamic. You know, sometimes you really need to dig in, and then you really want to feel it that you're digging in, and this allows for more contact with your thumb, you know, to the string. And if you need to be really quiet and soft, you can do it with this as well. Whereas if you play thicker picks, you know, like it's always gonna have that attack, and this one for me is just the perfect thing. You can play so soft with it. You can play with a lot of attack if you dig in as well. Make a lot of contact with the strings. I don't know. This is so underrated. The pick thickness. Another super interesting question we got is whether we like pedal gain or amp gain. And I think it's a mixture of both. The thing is, like we always use amps with a lot of headroom, so 100 watts or above, whatever. and it's just to be able to get the full sound of all the reverb coming out. But then at the same time, we also like a lot of preamp compression. So I think it's a mix of both. We kind of play on high wattage amps, but don't turn them up super loud. We turn them up loud enough, but not full out, so we don't have the saturation of the power amp stage. But we do have it here at the preamp stage. So you push the preamp tubes kind of hard to get a grittier sound, but then at the end, the power stage tubes, you have a lot of headroom where it allows the sound to bloom and flourish. I don't know, that gets really nerdy. And that's also why I toured the last tour we did in May with Amara. I toured with a small 40 watt amp, and that just I don't know, every night it was a fight against like too much compression on my sound, because the power amp was just not strong enough. And that's also why I think I need that preamp compression. I really need it for our sound. That's also why I don't really like those new transistor small amps that all bands are touring with. They are the tiniest amps, super easy to tour with. But I mean, for us it doesn't work. They just sound crap for Slow Crush. They might sound amazing for more metallic sounding bands or bands that use less effects. I hope I made my point. That was a super interesting question from Jupiter Effects, by the way. They make these amazing pedals as well. They make an amazing new amp. I think it's like 250 watts or something. Titan, it's called. I really want it, but yeah, I don't have the cash. Okay, what pedals do you use for reverb? Well, first of all, the Dispatch Master is always on. Really low mix, low reverb, just a tiny little bit. Then like the Hall of Fame is most of the time on. And it's always on modulation setting. When I play heavy riffs, lots of fuzz, not a lot of reverb, then I dial the decay and the effects level back. But it's been the staple of our sound since the very start. And then live, I mostly use the cloud setting on the Big Sky as well when it becomes really reverby. And then like specialized reverbs. For drift I use like a hall that really blooms open. For Rev I use like a shimmer as well. What else? Yeah, for Gloom I use like a reverse reverb over here. Yeah, and then like I use the space sometimes as well for specialized things. I have a setting called Dev Doom for a couple of songs, like where it feeds reverb into Fuzz. This thing does that. I use it reverse reverb as well on Rev. Yeah, that's basically it for reverb. I think that's enough for live use anyway.